Welcome back. African-focused property group Grit Real Estate was founded in 2012 as Mara Delta Property Holdings. It now has 22 properties across 7 African countries, which include shopping centres in Morocco as well as Kenya, a housing estate in Mozambique and resorts in Mauritius. Now, Grit is listed both here in Johannesburg as well as Mauritius, now in London as well, where global investors are taking a bet on the African growth story. When I speak to a lot of the South African real estate and property funds, they're like, the rest of the continent, kind of no-go area, it's too unknown, it's too risky. And here you are, venturing into the continent. Why and how?
Our investment strategy was clear on day one. One is that the ability to access a multitude of markets across Africa. So we're in North Africa, West, East, and SADC. The abilities to take these international corporates who have to be in Africa and become their real estate partners. Traditionally, a lot of these corporates have owned their own real estate because they haven't had real estate partners. And we've spent a considerable amount of time now really nurturing those relationships. So that's where our growth story comes out of. We've taken the struggles and we've taken the foundation, which has been really, really difficult to set. We rebranded the company last year to Grit. Our motto is guts, resilience, innovation, tenacity. And what we've had to go through as a management team and myself personally and families and everything else has been tremendous. And we've taken that brand to another level. I mean, it resonates with every part of our business, which is just incredible. And you have to have all of this grit to actually do what we do. London for me is a start of a new chapter in my life personally and the business. For us to be bringing the first real estate stock to London is really, for me, the turning point now to really take advantage of what we've done from a team, building the infrastructure, being able to grow off this platform. So for me, we've been building, having building blocks over the last 4 years. And now, effectively, I think we've got the foundation to take it to the next level.
So we're in London. You've just listed on the London Stock Exchange. What an incredible feat for an African company. Why London?
It was really around institutional investors knowing that we've been through such an extensive process to get here, and the ability now to market an Africa fund and the growth story and the growth potential, and give international investors the ability to access these markets in a governed structure.
You wanted to raise how much? Because you actually came out with $132 million.
Yeah.
How much appetite do you think there's going to be for the continent down the line?
I always say Africa's the last frontier. I think people have tried to go into Africa, but there's always been this thinking around gaining super returns, and with super returns comes high risk. So what we did is we tried to put together a business that accessed these markets. For example, 96% of our revenue stream is collected in euros and dollars, which means that we obviously don't have the local currency risk in a lot of these markets. The ability to transact with international corporates and become their real estate partner of choice across Africa. And these international corporates are quite sticky to macro changes, so they will always be in these markets. So to support these guys, we're in 7 countries. We're going into an 8th, Senegal. The ability now to give institutional investors the access to these growth markets is tremendous.
You want to become the biggest in Africa?
Our model is actually asset managing and really delivering returns out of assets, not just about growth. But I think, having access to these markets now, the ability to grow this business, provided that obviously our capital structure works and the London listing works, which I'm very sure it will, but the ability we'll be close on $1 billion fund after this sort of capital raise. The ability to take it to $3 billion over the next couple of years is really very much there. We've got access to the pipeline.
Well, thanks so much for joining us for this edition of Marketplace Africa. Take a look at our latest stories on our website and keep up with us on our Facebook page. From me, Eleni Giokos, here at the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, I'll see you next time in the Marketplace.